The atmosphere of the BTS ARIRANG Tour 2026 concert in Stanford really turned into a sea of energy on the night of day 2, when Jungkook and Jimin performed amazingly in front of tens of thousands of ARMY who filled the stadium since late afternoon. From the moment the lights began to dim and the musical intro echoed, the audience already knew that the evening would be something special. But no one expected that the two global idols would present a somersault dance action that instantly made the entire stadium explode with hysterical screams. That moment is now one of the most viral parts of the ARIRANG Tour 2026. Fancam videos uploaded by fans from various corners of the stadium immediately spread to social media in just minutes. Many called the Day 2 performance at Stanford one of the most intense and emotional concerts of the tour. Since the beginning of the concert, BTS's energy has been different. Jungkook appeared with a confident aura while wearing a shiny black outfit that made the entire stadium immediately rumble. On the other hand, Jimin looks elegant but deadly with his signature soft movements that immediately make the fans transfixed. The combination of both on stage is really like an explosion of energy and emotions at once. Their performance that night was filled with sharp choreography, stable live vocals, and sweet interactions that made ARMY not stop screaming. Even before the moment of the salto occurred, the stadium had been filled several times with very loud fan chants until the sound of music was almost drowned out by the cries of the audience. When an energizing dance song began to play in the middle of the concert, the atmosphere instantly turned wilder. The stage lights turned red, flames gushed on several sides of the stage, while Jungkook and Jimin began to show much more extreme choreography than day 1. Many fans who had originally only recorded Ordinary suddenly started screaming in panic because they realized the two were preparing something big. And sure enough, in the loudest beat drop of the night, Jungkook ran to the center of the stage and did a very fast and clean flip. The entire stadium was immediately blown up by the sound of ARMY shouting. But the surprises have not stopped. Just a few seconds later, Jimin joined in the somersault while continuing the choreography without losing the slightest rhythm. The combination of the two acts made many viewers really not believe what they saw live. Social media was immediately filled with excited comments from fans who watched the concert Fancam. Many said they replayed the video many times because they couldn't believe Jungkook and Jimin were performing such a dangerous act in the middle of a full live concert. Some ARMY even wrote that Stanford Day 2 felt like the final of a world tour, not just a regular concert. The energy from the audience and the performance of the two BTS members felt very emotional and explosive. Their every move is always followed by long screams from the fans. What made the moment even more special was Jungkook and Jimin's chemistry on stage. After performing a dance salto, the two looked at each other with a small laugh before continuing the next choreography. The brief moment immediately made the stadium hysterical again. Many fans called their interaction very natural and full of warm, friendly energy. Not a few also praised the professionalism of both. Despite performing extreme choreography with high intensity, their live vocals still sound stable. Jungkook is still able to sing high notes very strongly, while Jimin still sounds soft and emotional despite having just performed heavy acrobatic movements. Fancam from various corners of the stadium showed how incredible the reaction of the audience that night was. Some jumped up in tears, some covered their mouths in shock. Even some soldiers were seen hugging each other after the salto action was completed. Such moments are indeed the reason why BTS concerts always feel different than other concerts. In addition to the spectacular dance action, Stanford Day 2 was also filled with various sweet interactions between the members and the audience. Jungkook walked up to the side of the stage several times to greet ARMY directly. He waved his hand with a big smile, making thousands of fans immediately scream hysterically. Meanwhile, Jimin showed his soft side by constantly trying to interact using simple English to the audience. He thanked the ARMY several times who had come and gave great energy throughout the concert. An emotional moment also occurred when the entire stadium turned on the light stick at the same time. The sea of purple light filled the Stanford Arena and made the atmosphere feel very beautiful. Jungkook seemed to be silent for a few seconds while looking at the audience before finally smiling excitedly. Many fans said the expression became one of the most touching parts of the evening. After years of BTS journey with ARMY, concerts like Stanford Day 2 feel like proof that the relationship between idols and their fans is still as strong as ever, maybe even bigger. On social media, keywords about Jungkook, Jimin, Stanford Day 2, and ARIRANG Tour 2026 immediately entered trending in various countries. Pieces of their somersault videos spread very quickly on short video platforms and continue to be discussed by international fans. Not only the ARMY, many general audiences were also amazed to see the stage ability of the two idols. Some accounts even say that Jungkook and Jimin's performance levels now feel like a mix of a pop concert and a professional stunt show. Fans also began comparing Stanford Day 2's performance to some of BTS' legendary concerts in the past. Many felt the energy of this concert had an emotional and crazy feel reminiscent of their greatest tour era. In addition to the intense choreography, Jungkook and Jimin's vocal chemistry is also a big highlight. When the two sang the harmonizing part together, the stadium instantly turned into a sea of fans singing along throughout the song. The atmosphere made the concert feel very lively and full of emotions. Another of the most viral parts was when Jungkook tried to tease the audience by pretending to be preparing to do a second somersault. Thousands of soldiers immediately shouted in panic and laughed at the same time. Jimin, who saw the reaction, also laughed until he had to hold back a few seconds before continuing the next song. Such spontaneous interaction is what makes BTS concerts always feel close to fans. Despite performing in large stadiums with grandiose productions, they are still able to create a warm and personal atmosphere. ARIRANG Tour 2026 is one of BTS' most ambitious tours. Giant stage layout, futuristic visual effects, to extreme choreography are the reasons why every concert they always viral. But Stanford Day 2 is now considered to have a special place because Jungkook and Jimin's flip action was really beyond expectations. Towards the end of the concert, the energy of the audience actually went wild. BTS's chant echoed so loudly throughout the stadium that several times it made the members smile admiringly. Jungkook even once said that the sound of the ARMY that night felt like a big earthquake. Meanwhile, Jimin said that Stanford Day 2 will be a night he will never forget. The speech was immediately greeted by long cheers from fans who still did not want the concert to end. When the closing song is played, the emotional atmosphere is immediately felt. Many ARMY began to turn on the lights of mobile phones while singing along. Jungkook and Jimin walked slowly around the stage while continuing to wave to the audience. Although the concert was over, the stadium was still filled with screaming fans asking for an additional encore. Even after the main lights came on, many viewers still stayed in their places while discussing the viral salto action that had just taken place. Now Fancam Stanford Day 2 continues to circulate widely and is one of the most talked about BTS concert videos this year. Many fans believe that Jungkook and Jimin's performance that night will be remembered as one of the most iconic moments in the history of ARIRANG Tour 2026. With a combination of amazing live vocals, strong stage chemistry, extreme choreography, and a successful somersault that made the entire stadium hysterical, it's no wonder that Stanford Day 2 is now called one of the craziest and most emotional BTS concerts of all time in 2026. Stanford Day 2 fever had not subsided even a few days after the concert was held. On various social media platforms, fancam pieces from Jungkook and Jimin's act still continue to be shared millions of times by fans from all over the world. Many soldiers said that they still get goosebumps every time they see the moment of the salto dance because the energy felt from the stage was truly incredible. One of the most talked about things was the synchronization of Jungkook and Jimin's movements throughout the concert. They both seemed to be enjoying every second of it. Even some improvised choreographies that appeared spontaneously became the most viral part of the night. Many fans believe that their chemistry on stage is now stronger than ever. When the stadium camera panned Jungkook's face after doing a somersault, his expression immediately made the internet excited. He was seen laughing contentedly as he rubbed his hair wet with sweat. His confident gaze made thousands of ARMY soldiers scream hysterically again. Not a few fans admitted that they failed to focus because Jungkook's stage aura that night was really very strong.